Hi, I'm Aaron Hallett, reporter from muscletalk.co.uk. I'm here with CNP owner, Kerry. First of all, Kerry, thank you for taking the interview.
No problem. I love the camera.
Body Power 2010. What's your opinion so far?
Well, I never came last year. I was busy with something else, and this is my first year. And I've been in here maybe 10 minutes, and I'm mega impressed. You probably know that I've probably been to the last 20 Mr. Olympias and Arnold Classics, and I honestly thought that you'd never be able to pull this off in England, the size of the show. So I'm really, really impressed. You know, the organisers have done a great job. Good luck to them.
So what names have you got down as sponsored by CNP today?
Oh, we've got some UFC fighters. Mark Adams just won the World Championship. Paul Kelly's coming, UFC fighter. He's fighting the MGM in 2 months' time. We've got from the boxing world, we've got Joe Murray, an Olympian who went to Beijing. I've got Jamie Moore here. Jamie Moore's going to be bringing his British, his European and his Commonwealth belts, so people will be able to come up and have a photograph with the famous Lonsdale belt. And of course we've got a lot of bodybuilders, as always, you know.
Because CNP doesn't just sponsor the bodybuilders, do you?
No, that's, you know, I love sport. We all love sport. I mean, a lot of people don't know this, but I used to box. I represented Great Britain at karate. So, and I think a lot of people who lift weights admire boxers and fighters and athletes. So I think powerlifting, they all go hand in hand. They're all testosterone sports.
Still in contact with Ricky Hatton?
Yes, of course I am. Yeah, I see him quite often. Matthew Hatton, I was with Matthew 2 days ago. Yeah, Philippe texts me, I'm going out for a drink tonight with Philippe. So yeah, I keep in contact with everyone. Excellent. Of course I do.
So what would you look for in an athlete to be sponsored by CNP?
Has he got belief in himself? Does he truly think that he can contribute? Because unfortunately, whether we like this or not, a lot of athletes believe that they can sit back, not do a lot, train hard, but then get people who work very hard to contribute to them so that they can do their sport. Well, the reality is, an athlete, it's got to be two ways. So what I'd say to an athlete is like James Llewellyn. Look at James Llewellyn there. And James Llewellyn will be on this stall from the beginning to the end, and he doesn't have to be. But what James was, Pat Warner, same thing. I'd look to an athlete who goes, I want you to give me some advice and some nutrition, Kerry, but I'd also like to contribute to you, Kerry. And that's what's dead important. And unfortunately, a lot of athletes don't realise that a sponsorship's got to be a two-way deal. They've got to go to shows and stand on stalls and things like that. That's how I see it.
I was talking to Dan Smith, the wheelchair pro bodybuilder, absolutely fantastic guy, and he said that you're always on the end of the phone, no matter what hour, for nutritional advice, training advice. How often do you get that calls in the middle of the night from worried athletes?
40, 50 times a day. But to be honest, sometimes when I go out for a meal with my wife, I have to switch my phone off. You know what I mean? Because I get phone calls from boxers, MMA, you know, all sorts. But as I said, look, Dan Smith, the perfect example. Dan Smith just wants to contribute all day long. Dan Smith loves it. So my argument is, you know, it's a two-way trip.
Excellent. You MC a lot of UKWBF shows. How many shows do you think you do about a year?
Well, I'm like Eric here. I probably have maybe 10 plus shows a year, 10, 15 shows a year. But I probably MC 6, 7 shows. And sometimes some of my corny, horrible jokes, I truly don't know. I get invited back.
You do inject a lot of humour into it.
It's all tongue in cheek, and as I said, if I ever upset anyone, it's not meant to be an insult. I remember one time on stage, I was emceeing some figure girls, and they were beautiful girls, absolutely gorgeous girls. And I said something like, turn to the rear and let's see your rear, or I don't know, I said can you get closer together, something like tongue in cheek. But I went backstage and I got, hey you, and I turned round and it was this bloke. I went, what mate? He went, that was my wife you was talking about. I thought, shut up, what are you going to do, hit me? You know what I mean? It's tongue in cheek, trying to put a bit of humour into the show, you know what I mean? So yeah, sometimes I do step over the line sometimes, but that's what you see is what you get.
Exactly. Well, thank you for taking the time
Not
for the interview,
problem.
Kerry. I'm Aaron Hallett, reporter for muscletalk.co.uk.